Hey everybody, welcome to This Week in Rewards for February 10th through to the 16th, 2024, right here on Rewards Canada. This is your weekly dose of loyalty rewards, travel, and credit card happenings in our nation. I hope you've all had a great week. And before we get into the thick of things, as always, be sure to hit that like button if you like today's content, subscribe to our channel if you don't do so yet, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when we do post new videos. This was a very credit card heavy week, so we'll start off right away with the credit cards. And as we mentioned last week about 3 new welcome bonus offers, well, those are out now. 2 of those happen to be the Marriott Bonvoy American Express cards, the consumer and the business version. So let's start off with the consumer version of the card. Its new offer that's available until May 6th, so you have to apply for it by May 6th, is that you can earn up to 80,000 bonus Bonvoy points. And this is split up as 65,000 points after you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months of card membership, so just $1,000 a month on the card, and that bonus is yours. Plus, you can earn an additional 3 points per dollar spent for a total of 5 points per dollar on eligible travel and gas purchases. And that's in your first 6 months up to 15,000 points. So $5,000 of spending, you'll get 3 bonus points per dollar. And that gives you your 80,000 bonus points. Now, we value Marriott Bonvoy points at 1 cent a piece or more. So this is worth at least $800 if you don't take away the annual fee of $120. But it can be worth way more than that. We've redeemed points at 1.52 cents. I put promotions out there that where you can find 3 cents per point. So there's potential for a lot more value than that in redeeming these points for Marriott hotel stays. And this is over and above all the additional benefits that come on the card, like the annual free night award that you get on your first year anniversary, the 15 nights towards elite status, silver, which gives you silver elite status right away, and then you get gold status if you spend $30,000 on the card, so on and so forth. As you know, we pulled it out of our top 5 overall travel rewards credit cards. Because this card's more of a niche card, but overall it's still one of the best travel credit cards in Canada. So if you don't have it yet, this is now a record high bonus if you do meet that complete spending of the 5,000 in those categories to earn the whole 80,000 points. But even if you only get the 65,000 plus some of the little bit of bonus, you're better off than the standard offer on the card. So definitely check that out. And the business card has a very similar offer. From now until May 6th, it earns up to 90,000 points. So it's going to award you with 75,000 points after you spend $6,000 on the card. So that's a pretty hefty increase in the spend. And normally the spend was $1,500 as well, if I recall correctly. So you have to spend $6,000, but you'll get 75,000 points after those first 3 months. And then they're also giving 2 additional points per dollar for every dollar spent on eligible gas, dining, and travel purchases in your first 6 months, up to 15,000 points again. So that you're looking at 90,000 points, so at least $900 of value, if not more. And it has all the same benefits too, as like the annual free night award and everything. And like that free night award itself easily pays for this card. If you don't use this card for anything else, that's what it's great for, is just for that annual free night award, because you can easily get 200, 300. I found examples of even $400 night hotel stays that you can use this card for, or that the free night award, for, because it's good for up to 35,000 points. And in the last couple of years, hotel prices have really jumped up in terms of cash prices. But I found that with a lot of the hotels in Canada, the points prices have not followed. So you can get yourself a really great staycation once a year, even if you go nowhere else, but you get this card for that one, have one great night out at a nice Marriott hotel across Canada. So definitely something to check out. So that's it for the Marriott cards. And the next increased welcome bonus we saw this week is the return of the Flying Blue Silver Elite status offer with the Air France KLM World Elite Mastercard. So how this works is when you apply for the card by March 10th and then you're approved for it, you will receive 100 XP, which are the elite status points of the Flying Blue program. And that 100 XP automatically bumps you up to Flying Blue Silver Elite status. And you'll have that status for 12 months from the time those points are added to your account. So they say it'll be no later than April 15th, but if it's sooner, say you get them on April 4th of 2024, then you'll have status until April 4th of 2025. In addition to the 100 XP, the $132 annual fee is also being waived on the card for the first year. And just like last year's offer, the 100 XP is also being awarded to anybody who you give a supplementary or additional card to. So, your whole family could have Silver Elite status if you add, 2, 3, 1, however many cards you want to add to the account, they'll all receive the Silver Elite status as well. So if you're traveling as a family to Europe or across the ocean on Air France and KLM, you guys could all have status. So what does Silver Elite status provide? It gives you things like 2 extra Flying Blue miles per euro spent on Air France KLM flights, so 6 in total. 50% bonus miles on SkyTeam flights. It gives you priority check-in, priority baggage drop-off, and priority boarding. And then you get like some free seat selection options 24 hours before departure, free selection of standard seats at time of booking. So if you're booking a cheaper fare that doesn't include seats, you'll get those covered by your Elite status. And then there's also things like free extra checked baggage item on SkyTeam flights and a 25% discount on airport lounge access for SkyTeam lounges. So those are kind of the extra little perks with the card, and of course you get all the standard features with the card, which include the 5 Flying Blue miles per euro spent on all Air France KLM flights and paid with any credit card. So you could use something like the Platinum card from American Express. If you're booking, say, a business class flight, you can use their Amex's international airline program, so you get a discount on the flights, but you'll still earn those 5 extra Flying Blue miles per euro just for having the Air France card. So that's something to take into account as well. So really good offer, and that is available until March 10th. Next up in credit cards, this is kind of an older thing. I guess it was November, so not terribly old, still relatively new, but I've been meaning to cover it, and I finally did now, and that is with the Tim's credit card. I'll put a link to my thoughts on the Tim's card. You'll find it in the upper corner here. You can see my video on my reaction and first thoughts of the Tim's card when it came out. And yeah, so I think they've seen that they needed to do more with this card, and so what Neo and Tim's did is they now have provided an option where you can redeem your Tim's Rewards points for statement credit on the card. So that basically makes this a cash back card as well. So all the Tim's Rewards points you collect, as long as you have a Tim's credit card, you can now redeem as statement credits towards your credit card, your Tim's credit card. You can redeem them in values of $5 all the way up to $45 in increments of $5, so 5, 10, 15, all the way to 45. And you can do this once every 7 days, and it's applied to your credit card for eligible transactions. The redemption rate for this option is 1,250 points for a $5 statement credit. So what that works out to is 0.4 cents per point of value. When you redeem your points for Tim's products, you're on average getting 0.5 cents. So this is about 20% less value with your points. But it's good to know that you have it. I mean, a lot of people are getting this card just for Tim's Rewards. So you'll still redeem and get your higher value for Tim's Rewards. But it's good to know you have this option. It'll help pay down your bills if you need to, if you have it. I mean, with its accelerated earn rates, it actually makes it a 2% cash back card in those accelerated categories. That's good. But what's not so good is the base earn rate. It only equals 0.2%, which is horrible. I mean, it's better than 0, but I mean, that's so low. So it's not, like I said, it's good to know you have this option on the credit card. It's like other credit card reward programs where there's usually something like travel's the best redemption option and their cash back option is not as good. That's the same thing here. In fact, this might even be the first kind of non-travel hybrid card that's doing this, where you can, have your points that you use for the actual loyalty program it's tied into, which is Tim's Rewards, but then also redeem for statement credits. In closing out the credit card news is a post we covered, and this isn't new, but just wanted to let people know that the tie for the record high welcome bonus on the TD First Class Travel Visa Infinite card of 135,000 bonus points is ending soon. I mean, today's February 16th. This offer ends on March 4th, but of course with TD's new wording, they say you have to be approved by March 4th. So I always like to give you guys now a little longer or a little bit more time as a heads up to apply for TD cards if you've had your eye on the card. And like this bonus is a big bonus, it's a great bonus, but you want to be safe, especially if you're not receiving instant approval. If you have to get manually approved, that can take up to 10 business days. So in terms of business days, there's not that many left before March 4th. So consider grabbing that card now. If you have been considering it, I highly recommend applying for it now to get in on this particular offer. If you follow Rewards Canada for a while, you know what I mean by that. And you may be asking, well, what about the other TD cards that are ending on March 4th? Well, no mention means that is a good indication that you should wait for the new offers. So yeah, definitely, if you've been considering the TD First Class Travel Visa Infinite card, now is the time to grab it for that 135,000 point bonus. And that brings us to loyalty and travel news, which we don't have that much of this week. Mainly airline stuff. Actually, I think it's all airline stuff. The first thing we have is Air Canada announced a new nonstop route from Toronto to Osaka, Japan. This is a route that will operate 3 times a week starting this summer on June the 17th with a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft. Air Canada hasn't flown this route for a while, so it's nice to see this one come back and you have additional options. I'll have a link below to the post. We put a couple examples on the Aeroplan redemption rates. There's some days with good redemption value and other days with not so good redemption value. So definitely you'll want to use your award search tools or whatever methods you use if you're looking to redeem points for this route. Make sure you're flexible on your dates, because there are some dates out there that have some good redemption value and others that are not so good. So that's your first airline route news for this week. The second airline route news is Porter Airlines announced a new nonstop route from Saskatoon to Toronto. So the airline will launch flights between Toronto and Saskatoon on May 16th. This will be a daily service on their Embraer E195 E2 jets, which is the 2x2 seating. Of course, they have complimentary snacks and drinks, free Wi-Fi. And this marks Porter's entry into all 10 provinces across Canada. So all that's left for them are the 3 territories. So after they launch, this Saskatoon route, now they're, in May, they'll be serving all 10 provinces. So all that's left are places like Whitehorse, Yellowknife, and Iqaluit. And with the airline announcing this week as well new crew bases in cities like Ottawa and Vancouver to further support their expansion, I don't think it'd be far-fetched to see Porter add routes like Vancouver to Whitehorse, Vancouver to Yellowknife, Toronto to Yellowknife, and then Ottawa or Toronto to Iqaluit. That'd be awesome if they did, because then they would be serving all 10 provinces and all 3 territories. I think we'll definitely see them add a couple of those. Maybe they'll not get to all of them, but how cool would it be if they did add flights to those three northern cities? That would be awesome for them. And then the last airline news this week, very quickly, I'll just touch upon this because it's speculation right now. There's reports that Flair Airlines and Lynx Air are in talks to merge into one airline. Of course, at this point, it's just reports, but there's multiple sources stating that they are in talks of a merger. We don't know anything yet. The news that is out there says Flair would take over Lynx. So they'd probably be called Flair Airlines. They'd have, about 28 or 29 aircraft between the two of them. Good and bad news in that. Bad news in that it's technically a little bit less competition, but a lot of these ultra low-cost carriers in Canada are struggling. So to potentially have one stronger low-cost carrier could be better for the market and have them remain in the market to compete against the likes of Air Canada, WestJet, and Porter. So just stay tuned. Like I said, that it's just kind of developing news right now. It's just reportedly happening, but no confirmation from either airline or anybody. But the fact that there's multiple sources talking about it, it sounds like the airlines are at the table in discussions. And that's all there is this week. For This Week in Rewards on Rewards Canada. Be sure to check our website on a daily basis, because we have lots of news and bonuses being added and all that stuff for credit cards, travel, you name it. If your schedule doesn't allow you to check on it on a weekly basis, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, which we'll have a link below. That's sent out every Friday. It covers everything we've covered on a week, so it's a good roundup for you to see, and you can see the topics that interest you the most and click on those out of the newsletter to read more about them. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys next week.